Hey guys, I am back. We are in a new place, as you can see. Hopefully the audio, hopefully everything looks good, sounds good, because I'm sweating it. Today, I wanted to rank every Dreamworks movie ever. This is a long list, so sit down, buckle up, grab your popcorn. We're about to deep dive into some insane opinions, and some you might not actually agree with. So the first one that pops up is the Ants movie. I think this was like the first movie they ever made. This was the same year that A Bug's Life came out for Pixar. I did watch this movie a ton as a kid though, so that does give it some brownie buttons, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this up in C tier. All right, Prince of Egypt. Now, I'm probably gonna get so much hate for this. I have never seen this movie. I know. I'm sorry.
Is he serious?
I know everyone says this movie is absolutely baller. It's amazing. It's a banger of a movie. I've never seen it. So it's going to go down in the never seen pile. Let me know down in the comments if I need to watch this one because everyone keeps telling me I should. The Road to El Dorado. Oh man, what a good movie. I'm going to throw this one up in A tier. I don't know if it's S tier for me because there's so many good Dreamworks movies, but this one was, I got shown it 2 years back at this point, and that was the first time ever watching it, and man, this movie is hilarious. Joseph, the King of Dreams, is that what that is? I've never seen it. Chicken Run. I just rewatched Chicken Run like 2 years ago. I think when that second one came out on Netflix, I was like, oh, let me get back into it. Let me see what it's all about. It's all right. So I am gonna throw it in B tier because I do think it's a B movie. It's definitely better than Ants to me. Shrek. Is this even a conversation? S tier. This is S tier. This is what started Dreamworks to me. Shrek. Shrek was what introduced Dreamworks to everyone. So yes, Shrek is up there. Come on, bro. The soundtrack, insane. The acting, insane. The animation, insane. Pinocchio's thong, insane.
I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
Spirit, never really was into. I know people like this movie. I never really got into it. So for me, it's going in D tier. I'm sorry. I just don't really care. Sinbad, never seen it. Going in the never seen pile. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of these movies that I probably have never seen just because I grew up watching Disney, Pixar, stuff like that. I never was fully into DreamWorks movies until I got older and recognized that there's a lot of good ones. Shrek 2, S tier, 100%. It's one of the best, if not better than Shrek 1. Like, I love Shrek 2. And that was the introduction of Puss in Boots, which I absolutely adore Puss in Boots. And as you've seen, we'll get to his standalone movies, but it really branched off from here. And this is what I really love about the Shrek franchise.
Fear me if you dare.
Shark Tale. Oh man, Shark Tale. I love Shark Tale. I'm gonna have to throw Shark Tale. I'm gonna say A tier. I don't think it's up there with Shrek, but I am gonna say A tier. I just rewatched this a year ago maybe, and I needed to throw on an animation, and I was like, well, let's put Shark Tale on. I haven't seen this in a while. And this is a really underrated movie. I feel like this movie was very popular when it came out, and then no one talks about it still. And I'm kind of disappointed because it deserves the love. This is like Will Smith at his prime, which is freaking dope. Angelina Jolie as the freaking fish. Come on now. And Jack Black, so good. A tier for sure. Madagascar, the first Madagascar. If I remember correctly, I would say it's B. Because I remember playing the video game of Madagascar. Does anyone else remember that, or is it just me? Wallace and Gromit. I'm going to get so much hate for this, but I hate to tell you, I hate Wallace and Gromit. I've never been interested in it. I'm sorry. This movie absolute is booty, bro. I'm putting it down in D tier. I don't know, man. I gave it a chance, and I just don't like Wallace and Gromit. I don't know what it is. It's made by the same people that made Chicken Run too, and I just don't get it. Chicken Run's just a better movie. Sorry. Over the Hedge, I just rewatched another. Man, I've rewatched a lot of movies recently. Over the Hedge, I'm definitely throwing up in A tier as well for me. I don't remember this movie being that good, and it's actually really good. Give it a rewatch because it's been years since I've seen that movie, and when I rewatched it, I was very surprised of how entertaining and underrated this movie is. Flushed Away. I think I've seen this movie one time in my entire life. It definitely gets brownie buttons for having the cameo of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine because he plays the main mouse in here. I'm just gonna throw it in C tier. It's one of those movies that I've kind of forgotten about over the years, I'm not gonna lie. Shrek the Third. Okay, this is where Shrek kind of went for me anyway. Like the first two Shreks, memorable. I can rewatch every single day. Like they're not bad. Shrek Third, it's one of those I forget. I forget about, so I'm gonna throw it up in C tier. I know I'm probably gonna get hate for this because so many people love the Shrek franchise. It's not on my list of best animations of all time, so it's going in C tier. Deal with that. B movie. All right, now we have to put respect on the B movie. You know how many freaking memes came out for this B movie that is still used today, might I add. I believe I'm gonna throw it up in B tier. I'm gonna throw it up in B tier for B. Get it? Literally is in the name, all right? It deserves a B. Kung Fu Panda. I don't even have to make any argument here. S tier movie. Jack Black as a panda. You can't get any better than that, all right? So Madagascar 2, Escape from Africa, I think this one is. Not what I really care about. I'm gonna throw it up in D tier. It's one of those I don't really care to watch again. Yeah, Madagascar 1 is just better. So for that reason, D tier. Monsters vs. Aliens. I watched this a lot as a kid. This one was another underrated movie, I feel like. But how can you not forget Seth Rogen as the slime monster? I'm gonna throw this one up again in C, or is it B? I'll throw it up in B. I'll give it a B. How to Train Your Dragon, let's be honest. That's probably, we're getting a whole world at Universal for this movie, all right? We're even getting a live action remake for this movie, which I think is the first Dreamworks live action remake, which is kind of insane to think about. And for that reason, it has to be S tier, right? For me, when I first watched it, I'd never watched this movie when it came out. I watched it years later when I was an adult. Holy crap. So good. And I'm so excited for the live action. I'm so excited for the world at Universal Studios. I would even argue might be better than Shrek. Might get canceled for that one.
He's crazy.
Shrek Forever After, again, thrown in C tier. It's not a bad movie. It's just one of those that I don't really care to rewatch. Megamind. Now this, S tier. S tier. I am huge into superhero animation, especially when it adds a twist like Megamind. It's Dreamworks Incredibles, and I love that. Kung Fu Panda 2. Now, this one I'm going to throw in A tier because I don't think this one is as good as the first one. I do like the villain in this one, but the first villain just was really good to me. Puss in Boots, the first movie, never saw it. It was the first spin-off of the Shrek franchise, and to me, it was just, I wasn't interested in it at that point. Madagascar 3, never saw. I'm gonna put it out there. Again, after the second one, I kind of gave up on that franchise. Rise of the Guardians. This is one I haven't seen either, and this one is one that I know people have said it's super good. Let me know down in the comments if this is another movie I should watch. The Croods. Again, another movie I haven't watched because I never was interested in it. It doesn't look good to me. It looks very stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Turbo. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. It's not on my list of movies I would throw on the screen. I'm gonna throw up in C. This is one I'm gonna have to put on the list for a rewatch. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, never seen it. Moving on. How to Train Your Dragon 2. I'm going to throw up an A tier. Again, I don't think it beats the original. It can be S tier to me for that reason, but I'm going to throw in an A tier because this is another really good animation and a good storyline. Penguins of Madagascar. I don't know why, but I think this is a D. I honestly enjoyed the series. Home, I watched for the first time. I'm gonna put this up in A tier because this movie was actually really good. Kung Fu Panda 3. This one, I like the villain a lot in this one. This is kind of like what makes it hard for me. But again, I don't know. I feel like as the franchise goes on, it kind of gets weaker and weaker. I do like this one though. I'm gonna throw it in B tier because I still think the first two might be better, but I do like this villain more than the second one. Trolls, never saw. Moving on. I never was really interested in it. It kind of looks stupid, I'm not gonna lie. All right, moving on. We got Boss Baby. Now, Boss Baby, another film I really don't care about. This one's, they're just not good to me. If you guys are into this, let me know. What is so cool about it? Is D tier. Captain Underpants. I love Dreamworks being able to experiment with different animation styles. Well, Captain Underpants was one of those unique styles, and for that, I do like that, right? I like them being able to branch out and be like, hey, let's try something different. But to me, it didn't work. I think this movie sucks. I feel like I'm hating too much on these movies, and you'll probably all hate me in the comments, but I don't like this movie. It's not good. How to Train Your Dragon, the third one. This is when they introduce the white dragon. I forget her name. I do like this one as well. I think all of them are just too good. And maybe I'm biased because I love this franchise way too much. I'm gonna throw this in A tier. I think it's A tier. Abominable, again, D tier. It's just It's not great. Trolls, again, I never seen the first one, so I didn't see the second one. I don't really care. Same thing with Croods, A New Age. Throwing that and haven't watched because I don't care about it. It looks stupid. Same thing with The Second Spirit. Same thing with The Second Boss Baby.
Hey.
Tell me in the comments if I need to watch any of these down here and haven't watched, because to me, they just don't look interesting. The Bad Guys. All right, The Bad Guys, I'm throwing up there A tier, S tier. It's one of those movies that I really actually enjoyed, but I don't know if I'm excited as much for the second movie. How about you guys? Because I know there's one coming. I'm gonna throw it in A tier because I don't think it belongs in S tier. S tier is very hard to get into for me. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, S tier movie. 100%. This movie revitalized Dreamworks to me. Like, it made me care about Dreamworks movies again. And Death as a character, absolutely brilliant. As well as the animation style being very similar to Sony's Spider-Verse movies is genius. It's absolutely genius. I don't know if it beats How to Train Your Dragon, but it's up there. It's up there. Teenage Kraken, I never watched. This was another movie that came out I just wasn't interested in. And apparently a lot of the audience members didn't like it either. Same thing with this third Trolls. To me, I can't believe there's 3 Trolls movies. Orion and the Dark was a surprise hit for me last year. I gave it a shot. I knew it was a Netflix only release, and I was very, very nervous about what was going to happen with it. But I really like this movie. This movie was so good for a DreamWorks movie that released on Netflix of all places. This belonged in theaters, all right? And I'm going to put it in A tier. Kung Fu Panda 4. Again, I'm going to throw it up in B tier. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first 2. It still serves its purpose, like where kids will absolutely love it. But I think where it lacks is the villain. The Wild Robot. Now, this one, I want to put it in B, but I also feel like it's really good that it deserves an A. I mean, the Oscars and the awards season really are loving this movie this year. The animation is absolutely beautiful. The poster alone deserves brownie buttons because I love this poster. I'm going to throw it up in A tier. Again, I think it's an A tier movie. I don't think it's as good as it should have been. Definitely better animations. I thought Inside Out 2 was a better animation this year. I think I hyped it up too much by the trailer and the poster that when I watched it, I was like, it was good. And then finally we have Dogman. And Dogman, I have not seen because it's brand new. It's still in theaters. It literally went in theaters like a week or 2 ago. So, all right. And there we have it. There is every single DreamWorks animation ranked. Do you agree with my ranking? Let me know down in the comments. A lot of these were tough. I've noticed there's a lot that I haven't watched. And let me know what I should rank next, because I'm always open to ranking new things. All I know is I'm excited for some more DreamWorks animations because I'm back interested. You have my attention.